Wait, I didn't even check my battery. Okay, I got a little bit. Oh, you guys got to take me like this because I've been up since early this morning and I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted, but why does it keep? Oh, it's because of the way I got it tilted. Cancel. And it's something flashing on here and it's annoying me. D- Uh, huh? Yes, I'm staying cool, sweetie. No. Oh, there we go. Um, I just hopped off the support group, okay? Because I put the group chat up. I'm just gonna give this a moment for everyone to come in. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. All right, those are great ways to support the channel. So when you come on the live chats, always hit those like buttons. Hey, Vacant Souls. And Vacant Souls is from the support group. She created a new narcissistic abuse channel for those of you who are interested in checking out her channel, Vacant Souls, right there. Oh, it's automatically doing that. Okay. Hey, Just Queenie. Hey, Lisa Gem. Yes, I am. I'm staying cool, but for the live chat, I did cut my air conditioner off so that you guys wouldn't hear all of the noises. Someone tell me they can't hear me. Yeah. So I just hopped off the support group. I don't know if any of you guys are on the support group, and I put a daily thread up where people can ask me questions. So if you're not on that support group, make sure you join it. It's on Facebook. But one of the survivors asked me a really good question, and after I answered it for her, um, I was like, you know what? Let me just hop on here and just share this while it's fresh on my mind before I get too distracted. And her question was about a guy that she was dating. He was divorced and he had 2 kids with someone, but I guess in that relationship, he was financially taking care of this woman to the fullest. He bragged about, or, he suggested to her that he was just a cash cow for his ex, and they have 2 kids together. I should have made my phone silent. Um, and she was like, I worked really hard so that he wouldn't have to feel like a cash cow with me. But why wouldn't he spoil me? Why wouldn't he spend a lot on me? So I was like, huh? Like she answered her question in asking me the question, but she didn't realize it. So I had to leave her a message letting her know, why he was financially week with her. Not that he didn't have the money, he was just giving it all to his ex-wife while he was with her. And she couldn't realize it. And I was like, well, you just told me right there. You worked really hard to not make him feel like he needed to provide for you. So, a lot of times, women are leading with the wrong things in relationship to get respect because I told her, you turned into this 50-50 girl. And you might have been more than 50-50 with him, the way that she was sounding. But either way, men are supposed to provide and protect, right? But she was leading with her money. She was proud to say that she made so much, and she might have even made more than him. We don't know. And probably, he probably was aware of this. So, in a man's mind, when he's hearing that you got this, you got that, a lot of times, and you're leading with it, that's inappropriate, by the way, ladies. You're leading with that is going to make him feel like, well, I guess you don't need that from me. You got it. You got it. So that's crazy. That's crazy. So I really wanted to make this live chat to address that. That's not the way that you get respect from a man, by, leading with your money, ladies. You're the feminine energy, right? You're not the masculine energy. That's a masculine energy, to have a guy and be leading with your money. That's a masculine energy. And I'm quite sure that's not what she was going for, but is what ended up happening. I told her a woman should lead with her femininity, basically that's taking care of yourself, that's being soft, that's appearing to be vulnerable. I'm not telling you ladies to be vulnerable, appearing to be vulnerable. That's what you're going to get his respect, in keeping yourself together, not saying, oh, I make X amount of money, he's the protector and provider. Let him make X amount of money. And then I told her, I said, if you're in a situation where you make more money than him, um, and you really want to be with him, whatever, you gotta, honestly, I wouldn't be talking about exact dollar amounts. I wouldn't lead on to that. And then sometimes it may be too obvious, and that just means you're dating under. If it's obvious like that, that means you're dating under. If he can come over your house and it's like all these grades above his and da 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 da, you're dating underneath yourself to begin with. He shouldn't be able to figure that out. And I wouldn't want him to know that, because that's when they think you don't need to be provided for. I see more people are coming into the chat. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. But I told her, she wasn't leaving room for him to be the provider, because she wanted so bad to think, to be the opposite of his ex. But who says that him providing for the ex was the problem of the relationship? He might have been complaining about it, but it probably made him feel very useful and manly. I'm just a cash cow for her. Like, men, this is, you got to see their lingo. They complain about it sometimes, but they do it, you know, they do it. They're happy. A real man is going to be happy to provide and take care of, the feminine energy. So he clearly, it's probably a few things going on in that relationship, but he clearly was not, tapping into or observing her femininity or her need to be provided for. But let me just read it a little bit here, see what you guys got to say. Hey, Anna Marie. Lily A says, great to see you, Lakia. Been so much help for me. I always watch your videos. Great, great. Please, can you make a video about covert narcissists, man, to have kids with, sorry for my, bad English. So basically, I'm having children with a covert narcissist. And Ramona says, appearing to be vulnerable. Love that. Yes. Yeah. Because, he wants you to be intelligent, of course. The only men that wants like a dumb bimbo is, really insecure guys who don't think they're intelligent, They don't want the woman to be more intelligent than them. And lots of women who want certain men, they won't really, they won't make themselves seem more intelligent than him, even if they are, if they want him, and he could be a wealthy guy. But personally, the typical woman to me is smarter than the typical guy. We're smarter than them usually, but Barbara says abusers know what they are doing. They plan to carry out evil. Normal people don't do crap like this. Are you talking about not providing as much finances for her when she's, trying to prove her worth through her ability to be financially strong? I don't know. I don't know if I would call him evil for that. I just think that sometimes, Guys are too practical. They're not going to think, well, she's trying to just prove her worth through finances, and she really just wants me to be generous with her too. If a woman is leading with her money and making that her strong point and flaunting it and flexing it like she got it, and she thinks that's going to get his respect, but really she wanted the opposite. She kind of, she probably wants, I don't know if she wants him to be the cash cow for her, but she wants more. He would make financial decisions in favor of his ex-wife without even really considering her, but probably because, well, she got it. She got all of that. I don't have to consult her. I guess she got it. It doesn't devastate her if I'm giving half of my paycheck to her today, because she's making it less of a priority when in actuality it's more of a priority. And that's something that codependents have to be mindful about. Sometimes we're passive aggressive about getting our needs met, and we'll send the wrong signal to others. We're sending the wrong signal. So I seen a message somewhere, and the person was like, what did they say? Too proud to beg, but too tired of working. Like, this is a woman that feels too proud to be vulnerable or to appear vulnerable to get her needs met through a man. But yet, at the same token, she's tired of carrying all the weight herself. Well, you can't have both going on, sweetie. How you gonna get out of the other situation? So I do think that a lot of times women try to prove their worth in the wrong way, and they're doing it through their masculine energy. And all they're doing is proving their worth as a masculine energy, and that's definitely not going to trigger a man to cater to your feminine energy. And that's what we're wanting at the end of the day. Okay. So I see people coming in and not hitting the like button, guys. You have to hit the like button and show support for the channel in that way. It helps the channel grow. Don't just sit in the live chat and not hit the like button. It's such a small request. Let me go down the chat. Let me read this first. I have to, because I get so many trolls, I have to read things before I used to be able to just read stuff on a thread without hesitation. But people type all types of crazy stuff, so I have to read this first. Okay, so in transition, you want me to make a video about getting pregnant by a covert narcissist. Is pretty similar to just getting pregnant by a narcissist, and I have addressed that on the channel. I mean, I can make some more content, that'll just say the covert narcissists. These are the ones that try to, well, they all care about their image. Honestly, I made a video of the 6 kinds of narcissists. You should check that out. But what I say in that video is they can jump in between. And honestly, they're all covert to some degree, or else they wouldn't be wearing that mask and love bombing you. So all narcissists are typically covert. They're typically, except for the extreme overt ones. And this might be like the celebrities and the people in the limelight. And they're just flamboyant, and they really don't hide it. They really don't hide it. That's a small amount. Other than the ones that are overt. And even then, there may be situations where they will be covert. Okay. But I can make some more content on this because, unfortunately, not for the baby, I'm not saying that, but a lot of survivors have experienced getting pregnant by a narcissist. So I'll be making more content about that because I know that's like a heavy topic on here, but I have made several videos. Check out my co-parenting playlist. You're going to find a lot of that content in there. And then I may need to add some of the more recent videos into that playlist. Just give me, give me up to a couple days to do that. Anna Marie. Anna Marie says, will a man who never provided for a woman ever learn or want to provide? Yes, it's very possible. Different women can bring out different responses to a man. It's very true. And that's sometimes. And then just sometimes he ain't shit. Okay. I'll just say that. And there's a lot of factors and things that we can take into consideration here. Okay. But yeah, sometimes he can meet what he would consider the woman of his dreams. And then he'll want to put his best foot forward to her, and she get the most where none of the others. Or he'll finally meet a woman that gets to his heart, and she'll get it and get, those emotions out of him that other women weren't. So, yes, a man who never provided for a woman ever learn. Yeah. And it depends on the age as well. It's a lot of factors that's going on here, you know. But can someone be a retired player? Can somebody be, finally get their nose spread wide open? Yes, it can happen to a guy. And he could have treated a lot of other women a certain way. And then this one got him that way. It can happen. It can happen. Hey, Shirley Jones. I'm reading your comment, Barbara Brinkmeyer. Okay, you were giving somebody some advice. Okay. Ray. Here you go, Ray. We got some men chiming in here. Let's see. Ray says, I provided for many women who have had children that the ex didn't pay child support, and I was on SSI sometimes. Many women date a man on what he gives, as many men look for what she gives looks. Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree with that. A man's generosity is not always about how much he makes. It's just about, his stance on that, That's true. And there could be, and that's why, is no point in dating a wealthy man if he's stingy anyway. That's true. That's very true. I'm just reading these comments first before I say them out loud, like I said. But yeah, a lot of times, and female survivors of narcissistic abuse, you guys have led with the wrong things in your relationships, and trying to prove your worth through your ability to provide for yourself is one of them. I mean, you can show that you can take care of yourself without making that your leading point. All that really does is attract users. The men that are going to get off on that is a user. Now they don't have to work as hard for you, and then you can tell because they're not giving you their best anyway. You're just a filler at that point. When they're halving it with you like that, you're a filler, And then when he meets the girl he really wants to be with, she's going to get everything, and then everything that you help them get, she's going to be benefiting from it. Okay. Right, Ramona. She says, give him an opportunity to feel needed. Yeah, I've said that in other videos. And these were recent videos that I think I put out in the month of June, where we got a little bit into the pick-me tendencies, the pick-me girls. These are the girls who break their back for a man, bend over backwards for a man, go out of the way for a man. That's not how you get their respect. They're not going to be like, wow, she's really riding for me. It's going to be like, wow, she's really desperate for me. I can have my way with her because now, he's feeling like you want him more than he wants you. Or, you're putting him on a pedestal. How can you get put on a pedestal if you're putting them on a pedestal like that? Like, that's wrong. That's wrong. But yeah, I said that men want to feel respected and they want to feel needed. So, and this isn't a healthy relationship, but even a narcissist wants to feel that, even an unhealthy one. It strokes their ego. And that, fills in with their masculinity. So if your man isn't feeling respected and he's not feeling needed, you know, he'll be looking for a woman that makes him feel that way. And then that's why sometimes guys really got to shoot low and go with them gutter chicks down way down here because they make him feel that way because they don't have, his insecurities are so bad. He may have to go with a woman of that caliber to feel over her, to feel needed and respected because he can't get the respect from a quality woman because he ain't a quality guy. Okay. Oh, in transition, you have a lot to learn. She's asking what parallel parenting is. Hey, Mika. Yep, Ramona says she attracted a narc user by being too generous and helpful. I mean, and then that's the other thing, being a wife before you're a wife. You should be able to display that you have wifely qualities, you know. Ray says, I tried to live a life of thrift and quality, and most were hand to mouth. Was hard. Not sure what you mean by that, Ray. Hey, survivorship. Yeah. Yeah. You're right, Barbara. All right. So, yeah, it looks like I caught up on the thread here. But yeah, don't lead with your money and your ways to provide. Don't lead with, you want to lead with your femininity, And I wish I had exactly what I said to the lady in the support group, because that's all you really need to be leading with. So, yeah, the stuff that you have and stuff, that's not the way to get respect from a man. Hey, Harriet. And leading with anything that's masculine, that's not going to be what was going to be respected, because any good man is looking for he wants a feminine energy. So yeah, like I said, appearing to be vulnerable, taking care of yourself, you know, um, just showing that you have the wife tendency, you have the wife traits, and never putting him before you. Okay, that's important. Never putting him before you. I wouldn't be leading with sex either. I don't know. Well, I guess there could be some survivors who've fell into that trap in the past, leading with your sex, you know. And that's really, the ones with the lowest self worth, honestly. So you don't want to lead with sex. Honestly, that's a little masculine as well. Sensuality is different. Having sensuality is different than leading with sex, The sensuality is what's going to get him to be, attracted to you. And, it's going to make him fantasize about the sex per se. But, the sex itself just, kills the fantasy at that point. He's getting it. He's already gotten it then. So be careful. Just be careful. You know. I agree, Harriet. She says she likes to pray and fast about a new person and allow the Holy Spirit to lead. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with asking God, is this person ordained in my life? There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. So does anyone have anything else that you want to add to as far as... Oh, you were asking me in transit? You said Barbara. You asked Barbara what parallel parenting is. Right. Well, when I read your comment, it was addressed to Barbara, so I'll let her answer it. Well, parallel parenting, is different from co-parenting. Co-parenting is like cooperating. It's just it's basically parenting with a narcissist understanding that there isn't going to be a lot of cooperation. And that's why it's not called co-parenting anymore. Anything that's parallel to something is standing beside it, but they're not really touching. Two parallel lines are beside each other, but they're not touching. So both of you are, having time with the child, but it's not in some type of it's not like a community. It's not like working with each other per se. So it's not working together. It's not a lot of support. It's not any support really from the other side. It's two separate entities, if you will. You're parenting over here and they're parenting over there. If they're even, in the picture. Mika says, why do men view some women as being too independent? Is that a bad thing? Yes, it is. If you want, it's okay. Let's put it this way. If you want to be in your feminine energy and you want to attract a masculine energy, yes, it is something wrong with being too independent. If we just think about the society's roles for the genders, if you will, or for the energy, the feminine energy and the masculine energy, the woman isn't supposed to be too independent. It is a bad thing. If someone is giving off the energy as being too independent, why do they even want to pair up with someone, And that's the conflicting energy that women can give off to a man. Barbara says women are stepping into their divine selves and some men on this planet are freaking out. No, I just think that a lot of women are in situations where they may need to tap into their masculine energy more than their feminine energy at times. And maybe they don't know how to balance it or turn it down when they're with their man, actually. Is one thing that if you're doing something because you have to do it, okay, but you have to know how to adjust and wear the different hats given the situation that you're in. Or, now with my man, I'm not in my corporate American office running a board meeting. I'm home now. I don't need to bring that aggression home. I don't, it's like you have to, it's a delicate balance, honestly, in the dating situation. But, if I'm only doing something because I have to do it, I'm going to be happy to turn off that switch anyway. I'll be happy to be able to come in his hard arms or whatever and be soft. Like, I'll be like, "Phew." I'll be exhausted. I'll be happy to do that. Maybe just some women are out of balance with their feminine energy. Right, Pamela. And I did tell that with the girl. I said, if you're in a situation and you really want to be with this guy and you make more money than him, which I don't really recommend, honestly, but if she wants that, it would bring a better balance if you didn't make that the focal point of things, if it wasn't in his face all the time. If she was leading with it to get respect, she was trying to differentiate herself from the other woman who was getting taken care of. And then all it did was, she got treated more like a masculine energy at that point. Right, Harriet. Mm-hmm. I mean, all of this, we can have it all and do it all at the same time stuff, like that's exhausted to me. That's exhausting. That's exhausting. You know, men are set to be the providers for a reason. I mean, we're having the babies and stuff. We have to rest. Our bodies aren't set up the same. And that's okay. That's okay. In a healthy situation, that's okay because he's going to protect and provide for you. That's the way that it's supposed to be. No woman is supposed to be doing it all, going back and forth in her feminine energy and then mainly in her masculine energy, doing it all. That's not the way that God intended it to be. For a reason, you get run down. Keep it real. You get run down that way. You get tired. You age in yourself. You don't have enough time to put into yourself. It's not good. It's not good. Take the help. Don't be too proud. It's okay to, and to me, that's masculine. You know, I'm attracted to masculine energy. You gotta be in your masculine energy with me. I can't. I'm feminine. You guys watch me. Lakia is a feminine energy. It doesn't turn me on if someone is feminine. They have to be in their masculine energy. They got to be protecting and providing. So, and I'll leave room to be protected and provided for. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I see you guys having these conversations in the background here about the parallel parenting. Yeah, and I think there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong. And I think nowadays some women, groups of women, they may look down at stay-at-home moms and stuff like that. I don't. I don't. There's ways you can do that and still protect yourself. Oh, what if he ups and leaves and do? There's ways that you can still be protected. You know, I didn't say that women shouldn't have any financial independence, any financial literacy, or if a woman wants to work, that she can. I didn't say that, but I don't, there's nothing wrong to me with the feminine energy staying at home or, allowing a man to protect and provide. There's nothing wrong with that. Hmm. Well, they're both in the cluster B, Kanaya Williams. And the difference is a narcissist can have histrionic traits. That is true. We women should be required. Hold on a minute. All these messages. Hold on a minute, Kanaya. That is true. We women should be required help or having a man that wants to provide. I'm now starting to set that mindset, but I'm so used to doing it all by myself. Yeah. Yeah. Right. It's because you're in that it's because you're in that position. And that sucks, because there's a lot of men out here. I'm just trying to get to my cell phone charger real quick, guys. I don't want to die on you. That's too in touch with their feminine energy, okay? Or they're beyond just in touch with their feminine energy. Where is my charger piece? Down here. I see all these cords, but where's a base piece? Okay. I'm still here. All right. Let me plug up here. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta get some rest. I just sat down. I was like, let me get some summaries done. But the first 8 hours of my day was like boom, boom, bam. I was like, I gotta take a break first. Okay. All right, so I just wanted to just answer Kanaya's question real quick. Part of the cluster B has NPD, which is narcissistic personality disorder, HPD, which is the histrionic personality disorder. The histrionic is a drama king or queen. It's someone that exaggerates things. It's someone that's self-centered. So to me, they're like traits of a narcissist, if you will. To me, they're all of these things. So I don't know a narcissist that's not a drama king, that's not attention seeking in some level, is what they are. But I guess histrionic is just overly theatrical. Maybe an overt narcissist would fit this to the T as far as the histrionic person. But they're all self centered, they're all attention seeking one way or another. So for the most part, yeah. I just think maybe higher up the scale, like maybe once we get to psychopath level, but it's still self-centered. See, it's still self-centered. Like, even if it's not loud in your face, it's still a self-centered aspect of them. They're still just trying to get their own needs met, honestly. So, you know, even if it's not in the most overt way, like a overt narcissist would do, it's still histrionic to me because it's self-centered. So, yeah, that's how I feel too, Harriet. Mm-hmm. So hopefully that helps you with that answer. Who was asking me about that? Kanaya. Yeah. Ramona says, narcs fake and trick though, and then don't do what they advertise. Yeah. That's the mask. Yeah, you could be trying to get attention through sex. Mm-hmm. That could be one of the ways that they try to get attention. Hold on. Ray says, I think also one thing I know for certain, if I go and build a certain life, drive a car, have the things, I will get the woman I want. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. That's how men, that's how they think. But I bet you the woman that you want, Ray, is not going to be one that's masculine. You're not going to, that's not what you're looking for. Are you looking for a masculine woman that's trying to prove that, you know, everything you got, she got, everything you do, she could do? Like, you know, you guys doing everything but measuring penises, right? That's not what you're looking for, I bet. Hmm. Not always. If she wasn't your wife, if she wasn't your wife, in a perfect world, she's vested. But how many guys have went through the struggle with the girl, and then what did they do? They upgraded to the woman that they couldn't afford before her. And that woman isn't lifting a finger, and that woman is getting all of the benefits, and she did not work for that. She didn't have to, and she shouldn't have to. That's why God puts us in a man in his singleness to find himself and become the provider that he should be, and then go find your wife, because you're out of order otherwise. The woman should not be having to build you up and prepare you for her. You're supposed to be ready for her. That is the proper order. You should be enough in your masculine energy and man enough to be ready first. You shouldn't be taking a woman through that with you while you're trying to get yourself together. That causes a lot of stress. Then you can't give her the attention that you want, because guess what? You're going to be focused on your money, honey. It's times that you're not going to be loving her right, treating her right. She's not going to get what she needs. And it's not fair. So if you're not ready, maybe you're not ready to be dating. You're not ready to find your wife yet. Get yourself together. The women ain't going nowhere. And then go find. But he just agreed with that. That's true. Many men upgrade. Yes, they upgrade because now they can afford her. And that other woman was the filler. She was the 50-50. She was what they call the Bob the Builder chick. She was Bob the Builder. Just listen, Bob the Builder. There's nothing feminine about that. And now that we're done building, Bob, what do I need you for? See, you just... And that's the thing, especially on a channel like this where people are healing from codependency. Okay. And I've made videos explaining that, how codependents make themselves feel wanted by making themselves needed, like trying to do too much, over giving, you know. Um, Just Queenie says narcissistic women are masculines, the one I know at least. Yeah, they have an undertone of masculinity, but they use their femininity to get the guy though. But yeah, the masculine part of them wants to be in control of the situation, but they're doing it through their feminine energy. See, there's a fine, delicate line that a lot of narcissistic women have learned to walk, and that's why they end up with these good guys. hmm They're good at covering their masculine energy with their feminine energy, if that makes sense. Their desire to control, they do it through feminine angles, usually, at least in the beginning. Usually that masculine energy stuff, if it ever becomes apparent to the guy, is after it's too late. And they can just drop the mask at that point. But they know how to use their feminine energy to get their needs met. And that's a page that we could take out of their book, honestly. But be sincere. There's nothing wrong with being sincere about it. See, they're insincere. Yeah. So, you know, a woman shouldn't feel like she has to prove her wealth. That's what I want to say, as I'm closing this live chat down. Don't feel like you have to prove your wealth. Already feel like if your confidence and your self-esteem is adequate, and that's why I believe in the Bible it says, when a man finds his wife, he finds a good thing. He's found her, right? So he's already looking across the room and he's already almost immediately thinking it, like that's my wife. Like they ain't even been out on the first date yet. If you talk to a lot of guys, they were knowing this well in advance. They went through the process, of course, but they had that feeling like they were just, oh, it was like he found her. So it's not something that you have to prove. Let your self-esteem be where it needs to be, where you're already, the queen wearing your crown. You're already self-assured. It's nothing that you have to prove to the guy. Either he could see it or he don't. If he doesn't see it, it just means he's not your king, or he might not even be anybody's king. He just might not be for you, and that's okay. But we put too much stock in being accepted by someone. A lot of online dating has narcissistic women, making it harder for the empath woman. What do you mean? Narcissistic women burning guys out, like breaking their hearts, and then guys who haven't healed? It's only going to make it harder if you're dating a broken guy after they got done with them. It's not up to you to find his healing. That just means, look, he need to get over his heartbreak. Ray says, but I also feel if she was the help, I think you mean helpmate, I would appreciate the life built together and would love the mutual investing in each other in a life built together. Okay. Well, that's good. In a perfect world, that would be fair. I answered that question, Kanaya. You have to go back in the video. Oh, because Ramona, the very showy flaunting pics, they know that men are visual. So, they're wearing exciting outfits, I guess. If you're dressing like a nun, it may make you look boring. Most guys don't want anyone boring, so you can be sensual, you can be fun and flirty without being wearing a string bikini. So it's just about look in the mirror, see if if you're dressing boring and all that other stuff. You don't have to put naked pictures up. Those women are only attracting booty calls and one night stands and people that want to pay to play. And those are short lived situations. So you can carry yourself as a wife and still look very sensual and still be very feminine in your feminine energy. So it's about knowing that and knowing how to dress yourself and present. Hold on, I'm just reading here. Yeah. Weak guys who leave after a woman has supposed built up the man will fall over as soon as the powerful woman exits. Ray Phillip is not a weak man. That's not always the case. Look at these celebrities when they was starving artists versus after they get on. They didn't necessarily fall and slip back after that, after they divorced that wife and upgraded to the woman they wanted, did they? The money kept growing for them most of the time. So that's not always the case. That's why you don't take on projects, ladies. You don't prove your worth by bending over backwards. You don't prove your worth by showing how masculine you are at providing and protecting. You don't prove your worth by allowing him to do any and everything to you. That is proving your lack of worth in that last instance for sure. And the other instances is just proving your masculinity. That's really it in a nutshell. Like, proving your worth is not staying down for anything. Proving your worth is the opposite, having the standards. And a lot of narcissistic women that aren't low grade anyway, they have those certain standards. They're arrogant enough. Their ego is big enough for them to say, or feel like they believe and belong to have this and that. And then they end up having it because they had enough balls. And I shouldn't be talking about that with the feminine energy. They don't have the balls, but you know what I mean. They had the nerve to think that I am a queen and I should be up there. They were outgoing about it. They're not bashful about what they bring to the table with their feminine energy, And I'm not telling you to be a narcissistic woman. I'm just telling you how they're winning, at least in the beginning. And even when it feels like they're losing, well, they're divorcing a millionaire. They're divorcing, they're set still because they had enough self-confidence to believe that they deserve to have more and better. Survivors got to stop taking scraps. Got to stop taking scraps and start raising the bar. Have enough self-confidence to believe that you deserve to have more. You guys have to be tired. You have to be tired. You have to be tired. Before I got in the serious relationship that I'm in now, and just during the times that I was purely a single mom, a divorced single mom, I was exhausted, guys. I was looking forward to the masculine energy that could come and balance it. I didn't want to be Superwoman with a cape. Like, I'm exhausted. I'm not a superhero. Those aren't real people. I'm tired. Shoot, I'm tired. Hey, I'm okay with letting a masculine energy be a masculine energy. With letting a man be a man. Like, he can carry my groceries in. I don't got it. Good. Look. And my sons, that's how I am in my household. I'm very much in my feminine energy. Even when I was a single mom. I mean, anything that I had to do because my sons were too young to know. But I would teach him and then I would be done. I wouldn't be doing that again. I never take the little things. I never take the trash out. I never carry groceries in. I never lift heavy things. It's even just the light stuff like that. Like, you're not gonna see me humping and like a man would. Like, it's not my thing. It's not my thing, guys. And I don't want it to be your thing. Like, I'm tired. Like, you want to keep breaking your nails, chipping your nails. Look, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool with being a woman. I wouldn't even want to be a man, honestly. But that's what we're doing when we're in our masculine energy. Okay, guys. So I'm going to stop here. The whole point of coming on here was really just to point out, that question that she had. Let me pull it up on my Facebook. Let me pull it up on my Facebook. And since I'm in front of my computer, let me refresh this. And, I'll always leave room for that masculine energy. Now, that's what's going to happen is I'll leave room and either that person will sink or swim, okay? It'll be really noticeable. Like a girl told me, oh, he's not opening doors. Why did you walk through it? I would literally stand there until you got enough common sense to put one and one together. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. Yeah, you did. Like, you got to train. You shouldn't have to train, but if you're already out on a date, you might as well stand there and he'll at least know that he had to do it with you, because there's a lot of girls out there in their masculine energy. Yeah. Where is it? Okay. Yeah. See, her question was, can you help me understand this? My ex-narc was divorced with 2 kids. Whatever their mom asked for, that was the ex. Even above and beyond, she got. Please know I have total respect for divorced parents and child support. But when it came down to us making financial plans so we could move ahead in our relationship, he didn't even want to meet me halfway. He would even say, I'm just a cash cow for her. I made sure he didn't feel that way with me. So why did I get treated like crap? And my response to her was, because you made sure he didn't feel that way. And that translates into he knew he could get away with not doing it. You was most likely a 50-50 girl or more. She pulls too much financial weight, and the guy doesn't feel pushed to provide for her. The other woman probably did the opposite, therefore training and pushing him to be a provider. And then she says, I hear you. It wasn't my intention to be that girl. I just wanted his respect. And then I said, being a provider isn't how a woman should attempt to get a man's respect. It's mostly by having high self-esteem, being soft, appearing to be vulnerable, and taking care of your looks and never putting him before you. No matter how rich and capable you are, leave room for him to provide. Don't tell him you make more money. Be modest in that department. It's none of his business. Yeah. Yeah. Aw, thank you, In Transit, for your super chat. Let's see what your last comment was, In Transit. He said, thanks to Barbara. Let's see what's before that. So you guys agree I should continue no contact during the rest of my pregnancy, then call him during the birth because all he does is gaslight me and never shows up. It stresses me. I don't know about that in transit. If he's stressing you, why should he be there during the birth? That might make the situation even more stressful. You have enough with the contractions. In transit, why don't you get a coaching session so we can get more specific about your situation? That's what I recommend for you. I do half an hours and 1 hours. And then I have bundles where you can save money. But if you want, you can start out with an hour, that at least get the preliminary out. You could fill things out with me and see what you get in return there. If you go on my website, lakia.crawford.com, you can schedule an appointment, sweetie. I do have session times available for this week. If you want a time that's not listed on there, just email me, CoachLakia@gmail.com, and that email is below all of my videos. You shouldn't be chasing a guy if he isn't like freely coming to, support you and the baby. I need to talk. I need to know more information, sweetie. I think, the coaching session would be a good idea for you. I don't believe in a woman ever chasing a man per se. I don't believe in that, especially he knows that you're carrying his child. He knows it. All it's going to do is make you, I don't know if you have issues with rejection and abandonment, but it's going to make you feel that way. You're already going to be sensitive because you're pregnant. So if he walked out of you guys' life, he walked off, you don't chase him. And he's not your husband. And even if he was, he's showing you a lot right now. The last thing you should have to do when you're carrying his seed is chase him to be protected and provided for. It makes me want to throw up. It baffles me that men, it doesn't baffle me. I understand psychologically, the connection that they don't have when they're not the ones carrying the child and they weren't invested in a relationship to begin with. But it is incredibly reckless to society. And they all deserve to be fixed and put into a prison for life. For real. That's how I feel about that. Because kids are innocent. They don't ask to be here. And it really disgusts me when a man pumps a baby into a woman and runs off into the sunset like he didn't do shit and carries no burden. It disgusts me on a level that I don't think too many. It's on the highest level. It's in that group of highest level of disgust. And that's not a man to me. It's someone, all of them should have their balls taken off of them. And then any woman he has sex with will see his balls are missing and would know why his balls are missing, because it should be just like a law across the planet. That's where the semen is. So take it away. Take it away. It's disgusting to me. Like, it's very reckless. Like, I just see it too much, especially in the African American community. It's beyond disgusting, beyond disgusting when 80% of African American kids are born out of wedlock. People are broken up before the babies are even born. Like, there's no respect. No respect. It's very disgusting. Very disgusting. Very disgusting. I have no respect for a man like that. I have no respect. And it happens in all cultures, not just black men. I'm not here to just bash black men before they come in here with their feelings. But It happens most in that community. It happens most. But, you know, it's horrible. And then the next generation, you know, leaving them a little more vulnerable for that. They didn't deserve it. But I'm gonna hop off of here, guys. You know, women, we have to take our accountability. We have to take our accountability because a lot of times these are men who have been notorious. Like by the time a lot of times they get to us, we have to accept people for who they are here. You know, if he already got 3 kids over there with 3 different women that he's not taking care of, why would you even spread your legs for him? Why even give him the benefit of sex? He should be banned. All women should be like spitting in his face. He should have to turn gay at that point because no woman will even respect him to sleep with him because of how he's led his life. Okay? Like certain men, they don't even deserve the affection, the touch of a woman, and they get it, and it's disgusting. We have to raise the bar, ladies. We have to see people for who they are so that we're not then the next one in line to get it. Because we always think we're going to be the exception, and that's not the case. We have to use our logic. Emotions will tell you, but he loves me. He didn't love them. Logic says, but you know what? He done pushed this line on X, Y, and Z, all of them. He ain't about to do it over here. He's not about to do it over here. Barbara says narcs aren't too bad during a birth if you have a birthing coach. I don't know. I guess, you know, everything is situational, sweetie. They do care about their images. Maybe they might act good for it. Who knows? But, you know, to me, it's the covert narc and the slight things that they do and the sneaky things that they do behind the staff's back that you'll only pick up on. And the fact that they weren't there for the whole thing and they just get to come at the birth. Huh? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. So you abandoned me through the whole pregnancy. I carried the weight, you know, I fed, you ain't even feed the baby. You ain't even fed this belly. You ain't get one thing. You ain't come to the birth shower, the baby shower. You ain't done nothing for the kid, but you just get to walk into the birth. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You know, that sounds yet again giving people stuff that they haven't earned. They didn't earn a right to come to that birth when they walked out on a pregnancy and have been MIA. Now they get to just mosey in. I ain't seen them the whole time, ain't done nothing. They get to mosey into while I'm in labor and delivery. I don't think so. It ain't going down like that for me. That's just like saying, why don't you come and piss in my face now? I'm good. Nope. It's like, oh, everything you just did, let's let bygones be bygones. Nah, I'm good. I am so good on that. Uh, you know, the only person that you need to be showing your worth to is yourself. You know, that's what you need to be showing your worth to. That's it. That's it right there. You know, we are way too forgiving as a collective. You know, you can forgive someone without inviting them back in to do it again, you know? Nah, way too, you know, we have to get tougher. We have to get tougher. We have to get tougher, guys. All right, so I didn't even think I was going to be on this live chat this long. But yeah, let's stop trying to prove our worth to men through our masculinity, ladies. That's not how we get respected as a feminine energy. That's how you get respected as one of the fellas. And that's how you will get less. What's under all my videos? I say it in all the videos in transition. How could you miss it? It's under all of the videos, my contact information. The email address, the website address is all there. Oh, yeah. Harriet, there she goes. She said she knows a narc. Hello. Hello. Aw. Aw, well, that's good. I welcome the new viewers. Just make sure everybody's hitting the like button to show love to the channel. Aw, my babe is home, guys, so I'm about to go. It was great talking to you guys, though. Ah. See you guys next time. Yes, raise the bar.